I'm going to look at the buys very quickly here. The Kevlar coming out for most players. Double flash smoke for Minis already. T-Sac has the defuse kit and 2 smokes being brought up by Epsilon. One on Robin and the other on T-Sac, as you expect. No, they're going to go double defuse kit, double smoke. Okay. Holding a bit of redundancy across these sites. I like it, actually. Into the mid-aggression from Smooya as well. Robin and Surreal on A, T-Sac and Cosmine on B, as you do expect. With this default setup from Epsilon. Smooya caught off guard from mid. Exus will take the first. And the rest of Pride will push out of the Apps position. Cosmine will try to get aggressive towards short. Try to hold something down as he takes down Morels at the very least. But T-Sac's going to get traded on the site. The bomb's been dropped. And Robin's also rotating back from the CT side of Market. 3 versus 3. And the bomb has been dropped. Pride unable to pick that one up. Trying to hold down angles against the CTs. Robin gets dinged by Reitz, and a second tap comes through. Surreal, meanwhile, he's going to pick off one more from short, trying to challenge onto Reitz back from bench. Cosmine spotted 9 HP. Next phase should be his last, and Reitz will land the bullet. Excess also from short will take down Surreal, leaving the first on the board for Pride. Smooya venting his frustration. Been very, very quiet in the last couple of games. He was quiet up against Godsent, and it will be quiet right now. Didn't find anything during that first engagement over on Pistol. Now, Epsilon hold out against the a full-on buy of Pride. 2 SMGs in play, 2 MAC-10s. And 3 rifles, of course, to bring the firepower. So we will catch the first on Minis. Not too much of a major loss. And Pride will trade it out by taking out Robin. Surreal on 6 is going to burn alive. Oh, 1 second longer down on the dark, and that would have been lights out for Surreal. It's lights out anyway, as Morels takes down Smooya, T-Sac, and Cosmine. The last 2 remaining here for Epsilon Esports, 4v2. Bomb will get planted. Both players here from CT. Exus will spray down the first man. And Cosmine left in the corner. We'll catch Exus off guard. Grab that AK and run for it if he can. Even though he's got to cover for all his bases, and leaving that particular position has allowed Pride to get set up. So as he does peek in for this AK, it will be 2-0 with no player staying alive here for Epsilon. At the very least, Cosmine is fragging his way. He's doing his best to try and do some damage. But Tom will survive on 18, and as will reach some Morels on 100. A 2-0 scoreline, as I was mentioning, being taken by Pride to kick things off. The pistol and force conversion, now the eco conversion. Nothing for Epsilon to buy up here. PT50 out for Cosmine. 4 USPs for Epsilon. Four AKs, 1 Galil. And Pride will go for the mid-control. Reitz spraying on through, taking out 2. Easy pickings for them. As the players stacked up in Sniper Nest will fall to pieces. Cosmine, the last man left. All 5 players staying alive for Pride. Reitz with a 3K. Boosting those extra numbers on the HLTV rankings. But as you see, 3-0 pistol conversions, easy enough to the T side now. Epsilon have to bring the thunder here in the rifle. The AWP out on Smooya. 3 M4s, 1 from us for T-Sac. Already Smooya does catch off Beniz off guard towards that midline. Short shut down. And Pride will still set up for the A execution here once again. Bomb planted. Well, not planted, but on the back of Reitz. Robin tries to spray through, but Tom wins out the duel. All those bullets missed. 79 still remaining on that one player, and Epsilon realised pretty easily that it actually might just be the A site hit. So you're spraying on through, but it can't connect it onto Morels. The aim's just not quite there for these guys. Smooya does catch off Reitz though, drops the bomb, denies that plant for a couple of seconds, but Surreal's burning alive. And he'll roast like chicken dinner. Exus, incendiary shot down away. Smooya on Tom, taking him out with the AWP. Back to a 2 versus 3, making just 1 as T-Sac gets Morels. And Exus just can't survive up against a 1v3 situation. Cosmin with 1, Smooya with the 3K. The first round will sit to the favour of the Epsilon CT side finally. It's only taken him 1 match, but he's finally got started here for Epsilon. When you've got a setup that relies around a star player so much, Smooya really needs to step himself up. So far he's doing good, 3 kills, top fragger for Epsilon. Maybe more to come out from this aggression, but he can't land the first shot. Instead, Sorrell's the challenge against him. Just about gets out of dodge and retreats back to short in time. The CTs hold back across the board. Allow Pride to get this mid control. Of course, that does mean that they can set themselves up for an A split or go to B split. Sniper nest control held down by Cosmin to ensure they can't get the flank together, which is where Pride will get dangerous. But for now, just 4 players up mid from top and bottom. Epsilon putting utility out to try and ensure that no one gets aggressive here. 60 seconds will remain as they look set up for a Palace and connector push. Meanwhile, Cosmin starting to peek up. Robin close range. Minis takes down Cosmin. Robin takes only 1 before he gets traded and Smooya spotted out. Morels doubles down. Surreal with this MP9 sprays on Morels. Does shut 1 player out at the very least. And TSAC takes down Minis as well. So 2 versus 2, but the bomb will get planted for the retake now. 1 defuse kit on TSAC and he will fall just after Surreal. The 4th round will be on the board. The Pride and Epsilon will be reset now. And not a good start for these guys. Similar to how things went against Godsent just a couple moments ago. Sees it's PT50 to Deagle. They will force it back away. And Pride will push this one from the apartments. They got all the firepower, but the crossfire's locked from Cosmin and Robin. And they won't go quietly into the good night. Backed up by TSAC as well. They've taken 2 players out. There's 2 rifles that can be recovered. Morels gets 1 more back, but Surreal comes in from short. Morels is caught off guard. And the trades are working up for Epsilon. This force buy could not be done just yet. Reets and Minis 2v4. Bomb on the back of Reets alone. If Surreal gets this frag, that's round done for Pride. He spots him out and takes him down, and now it's the information available for Smooya to rotate. Covering off this cross as well. The Eagle shot can't quite get it. 45 seconds, smoke goes down from CT, and Reese is just going to plant this one directly on default. Lee's getting the money bonus, and now Mani needs some time to rotate. Smooya spotted, taken out, but not before he gets a dink back on Reets. 2v2 now, as the Molotov also rings out from TSAC to flush Reets away. Spots Mani, sprays him, takes him down. Leaves it all up to the last man. 16 HP in a dream, but I don't think Pride are going to let this dream come true today. Epsilon just creep around, look for 1 shot. That's all they need, and they will secure their 2nd on the CT board. There's a reset against Pride as well. Still enough money with the bomb plant bonus and the money they already saved. But only single round of lost bonus. They can still force the buyback here if they want to go for it. 2350 on the poorest player of Exus and only a little over 5 grand on the richest player means that there can't be a gun dropped for him. Only this Deagle on this force buy and the 4 AKs to follow suit. The AWP has come out from Smooya. Okay. See him step up to this plate now here on the rifle. Looking in from mid, but already Pride has been learning how to deal with this here. Just pressing him back, and the grenade will take him out of the action. Cosmin will get aggressive towards mid, but only takes 1 as you've got too many angles to worry about. Traded back by Tom, 4 versus 3. X is playing lurk here from ramp. TSAC and Robin are trying to hold down that mid-control, funnel them away, but they're just getting straight into the sniper nest. And now A is in serious contention. Eventually TSAC backs right off back into the B site. Grobin peeks up and takes down Reets relatively easily right there. Looks for an ease as well and shuts down the T-side presence on the CT side of the map. 2 versus 3, back to the favour of Epsilon. As I say that, Xers gets a drive-by shot, backing away, taking Surreal's head off. T-Sack also falls, and Robin will fall just prior to that, and Pride back from the advantage to the disadvantage to the advantage to the victory in that round. 5-2, once again resetting Epsilon. And Pride will buy back into this one, as will Epsilon, the force out from them here. These will get the first on Robin immediately out the gate. Surreal with a nice 1 dig on Nexus at least, so bit of revenge from the last round. It does not mean much in the grand scheme of things. It's 1 kill for 2. Favor to Pride. T-Sack will try and push in, tries to see if he can take 1 man down, and does buy Morels to turn it back to a 3 versus 3 at least. But again, backing away from the sniper nest means that Maniz can take control. Peeks up, takes him down, looks at Smooya, sprays about, and also takes himself another kill. 4K for Maniz overall, lots and lots of money for them. And Tom takes the last as well on the AK. 6th round on the board for Pride. Epsilon now have no choice but to eco. 2 rounds lost bonus. 4 spy in the last. Not much money to work with. Three PT50s for these guys now. Surreal. Gonna go down mid. Would prefer to have him on a deagle or something, you know, to take those 1 dig shots, but nah, not to be. Maniz will get bracketed in by the CTs at the very least from short, but no armor, no utility. Aim punch will hurt them. Lacking in health will do so as well, but Surreal does take down Morels and farm up a little bit of money, so damage also done to Pride. Reinvestment coming in from 3. There is some opportunity for a reset if Epsilon want to try that in the next buy round. Cosmin also got the AK, trying to save that in the next round. With the bomb in his hands, though. It's not going to happen. They charge him, they rush him down, bring a 7th to the Pride. Epsilon have a buy, though. And they're going to go glass cannon AWP. Cosmin's considering it. Last out for T-Sack, meanwhile, 3 M4s other than that. Yeah, he's going to go with the standard M4. The AWP still in the hands of Maniz. They kick things off into the default once again. Aggression coming out from Morel straight out towards mid. Trying to spot Cosmin here, but won't see him immediately. Robin's position is going to hold down from the other side. Oh, T-Sack. Ah. I honestly to God thought he had that one. And he's got the AWP though. We'll pick up and take Cosmin and run straight away. So first peek and pick from Pride. Leans up to their favour. That could have been such a big victory for Epsilon though. If T-Sack had just hit that headshot. Morels peeks up slowly, blind into the site. Robin, well, Surreal spotted, he takes him down, looks for Robin as well, knows that he's close. Not going to quite get this. Meanwhile on Beam, and he's peeking up. Does get picked off by T-Sack finally, to a 3 versus 3 will go. Morel still on the site, has control of this one. Someone's got to rotate and pick up the bomb, but Morels and Reeds are still fragging, and they're playing for frags right now. It's just Smooya alone. 1v3. Back towards ticket booth for CT stairs. Does take down Morels at the very least. That's 1 AK he can pick up, but that is it. The pause coming out from Epsilon. They really need to think about this. Catching off Exus at least for a couple of seconds, but the bomb will go down. So we will still go for this retake. No defuse kit, so he's got to act quick. In the end, the peak comes through. Exus takes that frag. And 8-2 will be the scoreline at the end. Well, not the end of the half, but the end of round 10. 11 is going to be a difficult one for Epsilon. They've got to really talk things through. Discuss amongst themselves and discuss with Keita as well. Another man legendary in the UK scene, coaching this Epsilon squad. They're really going to change something up. Right now, things are looking difficult for them. Very poor showing against Godsend, and now against Pride. Something's got to give. Something's got to change for these guys. They are going into this one as an eco, so they're just going to throw this one away. Do some damage. They have done quite an amount of damage and disallowed Pride to really get too far in building their economy state, as you can see. But it's not converting to rounds, and really that is the main problem for them right now, because you need rounds to win. And unfortunately, excuse me, the T-side presence of Pride is too strong against them to allow them any room to breathe here. 1v4 for Smuria. Deagle in his hand. Outladder him, but spotted, sprayed, and taken down by Exus. It's the 9th round on the board for Pride. Epsilon have a buyback here to get to 6. That is the best they're hoping for at the end of the half. Else this game may already be a loss. Orp out for Smoo. 2 M4s. Make it 4 M4s eventually coming together. AWP for Minis and 4 AKs here for Pride. And Pride is going to go quicker to this one, not wasting any time. Just straight up. Halted by an incendiary, thankfully. But that could have been very disastrous for one side. Eventually Epsilon rotate back into standardized positions, but they've still got 3 here on the site. A minute still left to go on the clock. Pride take underpass control. Could still pull it out from underneath Epsilon. And Reitz will take Robin as the starter here for the T side. Just a minute left to go on the clock as well. The smoke comes out to sniper this. Reitz will take that control. And Cosmin isn't even watching this one. Smoke's about to clear, but the question is who's going to win out that particular Angel. Meanwhile, Morels has made his way up to truck. T-Sack shuts him down. Maniz looking for a trade. Smooth actually takes down Exus as well. Traded back by Maniz on the AWP duel. And 3 versus 3 ensues, but look at Reitz. So ready for this one. Gonna creep up, look for the first, shut down Cosmin, catch off a rotator. Fortunately, Cyril's made his way into short, and T-Sack still here, but Cyril goes falling. It's all up to T-Sack to get a 4K clutch. He takes one, challenging Maniz. Worry about 2 different angles as well with the flank from Reitz. Leaves it all up to him. He gets sprayed down, he gets taken out. And Pride will win 10-2 on this T side. Looking dire straits right now for Epsilon. Good double peek, does net a rifle at least for Cosmin. Let's get it in his hands, but overall, very quiet from some of the star players, the big men of Epsilon. When your top fragger on your side is getting as much as the bottom fragger on the opposing side, it's obviously a very dire predicament. But look at this, the T-side have fallen into some very big mistakes and glaring mistakes here from the CTs. York picked up. Eventually they'll make their way in from connected to gain control of A, but Smooth still held back here, close on the side, and Exus will spray them both. Awkward timing, awkward positioning. Bomb will get planted. Cosmin a 1v3. And what could have been actually a decent hold from Epsilon falls to pieces for this CT side, unfortunately. Cosmin will take one more again, making the investment expensive, but Pride are not sweating that right now. They're on a winning streak of 6. Lots of cash in the bank to reinvest. It looks like Cosmin's just going to back off. Save this up, drop to top mid, pass it out to Smooya in the next round. 11 will be on the board for Pride, however. And the force buy will be fluent here from Epsilon. Four M4s. This probably is the last stand right now. They need to get 4 at least. Peaked up Pride, just going to go straight into the midline. Molotov down. Sprays away. HE into Sniper next as well. Surreal will take Exus out. Robin gets Tom. 3v5. Cosmin and co-spray on through. Cosmin takes Morels, looks for the knees, but can't quite get that frag. 5v2. And finally, Epsilon suppressing Pride, pushing them back to top mid and taking them 1 by 1. Losing a lot of HP for it, but winning the Angels regardless, leaves Reitz alone. Great grenade on Surreal. This could finish him off. Nah, bounces off the wall instead. But he's still fragging. He's still taking 2 frags. Not quite the third, unfortunately. Smooya will finish the job on that, but finally Epsilon will get a pistol buffer. After 7 grueling rounds in a row. Pride are going to buy back anyway. They got money for days. And they will go straight into this one. Lark on B, set up for A, down to underpass and go for the split. But look at Epsilon, they're actually ready for this one. 2 players in connector, watching out the stairs area. Mani is ready to look up. Execution comes through and they're going to run straight into this one. Surreal will get the first spray. Can't quite get it on the second. Cosmin will get a good grenade, but doesn't quite take Reitz out of the action. He'll jump down and take that 1 frag. As the T side back towards T spawn. Will opt to rethink their options. They don't really know what Epsilon are dealing with right now. They don't really know what they've got up against them. They don't know that they still got no presence on B side. They could have rushed right back around away. Morels will take Robin. Cosmin with a quick trade back to a 2 versus 4. Exus and Tom. 1 from T ramp, 1 from Tom mid. As top mid goes falling in Tom, it's Exus alone. No bomb control. No utility almost. And possibly no chance in hell. Smooya spots him, sprays his way on through. They now know where he is. He might get this, well, doesn't quite get the grenade fill. And Exus will take Cosmin, but that's all he should be able to find. Smooya with 1 with a P250 tap. 11-4 is the ending half scoreline for Pride. Very eerily similar way that CT half ended for Epsilon against Godsend. Needless to say, this is getting a little bit disconcerting for these boys. But alas, their T side is ready to get started. They have been known to be an aggressive squad, but if they lose his pistol now, it may be all over. Diffuse on Tom with the smoke. He's playing in A, which is perfect. That's how Epsilon are setting themselves up here for the execution on the A site. 2 smokes, 3 flashbangs at HE, but look at this. Reitz is ready and waiting for Cosmin. Takes him down. Looks for T-Sack. Almost gets Smooya as well, but doing his damage to a 4 versus 3. Tom will get dinked down, and Maniz and Morels will just pick players apart so easily. They didn't check dark. They didn't check any of the site. And Epsilon shut out before they can even gain access. 12-4. Bomb plant denied. And Epsilon will continue to look down the barrel of dire straits. Scout for Smoothie, 2 PT-50s, a Deagle, and a CZ. Into the midline. They will go aggressive from Pride, because they know that they can. Just rush it down, look for Smoothie, look for Surreal. Really, Smoothie does get one, but, I mean, surely all should be able to find. Oh, no, eventually they get the flank from the underpass, so Reitz will go forwarding. 4 versus 3. Robin getting some guns out to his teammates as well, but T-Sack doesn't want to go for it. Wants to find Tom with a P250 instead. And he does spot him. They just want to pressure him out. They couldn't get this frag. Look at this. Cosmin back towards bench. Tom doesn't expect this. Tapped away by the CZ. Okay. Hold on a second. Suddenly this T-Sack have a good chance in hell. They've got rifles. Got armor. They've got a man advantage as well. T-Sack tries to hold them off back from Apps. And all of these T-Sack players will be locking out this angle. Maniz gets T-Sack, but Cosmin trades him right back, taking X's out the equation. This all Maniz. Last man, 1v3. And he will fall to the hands of Surreal. A very good force buy out from Epsilon to buy their final lifeline. A lifeline they need to take with them right to the end or to their graves in this game. Deagle's out. CZ, a UMP, 4 Reitz. Epsilon have AKs, an M4 for Lars, and a Galil. And Epsilon array is set up straight for A. They've got 2 players here, Reitz and Maniz, to be dealing this. Smoothie could get caught off guard. Yes, he is. Straight in. AK picked up. And Reitz will cover off Palace, but they have the information coming in from the players on ramp, so they know exactly what to do right here. Sprays come through. Tom and Reitz trade them out once again. It looks like they may get forced up of their own accord. Epsilon, Cosmin still fragging. 2K for him. They still got to deal with that AK of Reitz as well, and they've left the bomb back towards stairs. Robin spotted, just tagged down a 19. And a minute will remain here for Epsilon. They've got access to the B site. Exus hasn't rotated yet, and I don't think they know this yet, but if they rotate in time, he could still get the bomb plant, or they will just stick here on the site itself. He's actually going to rotate as well, so Epsilon playing possum in the smoke here from Connector in jungle. This rotation is going to get given away. The double fake coming in from these guys. 40 seconds left, the bomb back towards the jungle area. Maybe they might be going for the double fake. I don't know what Epsilon are doing right now. They're holding Possum in one individual section of the map, and Reitz are going to hear this out now. Should spray through the box, should deny the bomb plant. Doesn't quite get there in time, but 3K nonetheless for him. Leaving it up to Cosmin as the lone man left here for Epsilon. Tapped up by Exus. And a 13th round will be on the board for Pride, as they will... Ah, dear. This has really just been a train wreck of a disaster for Epsilon. Like, you know, why would they let something like Mirage get through? You know, it's just not been one of their best maps. They already lost against Godsent earlier today. Epsilon will go in for the force buy for this round. A bomb plant coming through with a couple of AKs. Cosmin will get the first on Morels with the default working up to the favour Epsilon, but instantly traded back by Maniz. Surreal out to the midline, dead and buried. 4v4. T-Sub will go to underpass. They'll go up to top mid, gain some map control. And Pride will just look for whatever they can through whatever positions that they hold down. Tom just tapping his way through the smoke. Robin catches off Exus on the overextension from short. That's something. They have got full rifles now for the remaining players. Can they hold on to this? 14-5 or 13-6. 2 men up on the B site to defend the oncoming storm that is Epsilon Esports. 3 players ready to push in, 2 from short, 1 from Apps. Potentially 1 more from the backstab, but he's held out in sniper nest to ensure that no one rotates, I imagine. Still 30 seconds remaining. Smooya getting one. Oh, just rotates past Moniz. That could have gotten dangerous, but the bomb will go down, and Cosmin on the backstab takes him out. Eventually connects the flank together. Risky plays. Could have gone south, but it doesn't for Epsilon. As they maintain control, they look to take all 5 players of Pride out, and the force buy will work up very nicely to the favor of the T side, 6-13. And Pride will force it again. I mean, it's a war of attrition. If they can keep trading rounds like this, they can outlast Epsilon. UKCSGO, 2 Deagles. Surreal takes down Moniz to start things off. 1:30 still left to go. There's lots of time for this whole thing to turn around. But Epsilon have got control. The aggressive peak managed to win them the opening duel. Surreal just about connects it onto Exus. Start things off back for the 3 versus 5. Making that 3 versus 4 is Tom to take down Robin. Morel's tapped off the head of T-Sac. Tom also closing in. AK picked up, T-Sac knows it, and he's just going to wait for him to peek out and get a simple kill on him to ensure that this AK does not do the damage that the CTs want it to. The bomb is planted though. And Tom will back off, 2v4. Going to save this one. 1 AK. More than enough for them. And the 7th round will be on the board for Epsilon as they cling on to whatever life they've got left. Trying to ring in a comeback against Pride. It's plausible now. The question is, will it happen? Brought down here. Half buy from Pride, maybe? Moniz has got the CZ out. I think dropped by Tom. No, they're going to go eco around this AK. Okay, fair enough. Save some money. Pride have some rounds to play with. It would be nice to have that one-shot headshot potential in the rifle, but obviously they can't do that. Unless they wanted to all stack a sight and try play, save the AK. Cosmin, first man in. Smooya takes the first face against Tom and takes him down. Cosmin doubles down of his own accord. Exus and Moniz, last 2 left, held back from the same position. Surreal will take the first. Knows that Exus is there as well. And they're covering off the crossfire. Don't even need to get the bomb down. Nothing that Exus can do from here. 8 rounds on the board for the T side of Epsilon. And the buy-ups coming in from Pride will not allow an AWP, but it will allow 5 M4s. Slightly lacking in utility, but they have got 5 smokes. They've got 6 flashbangs as well. Sadly no HEs and sadly no incendiaries. Epsilon starting to come back this time. The T-side's starting to show up for these boys. They go into their mid-A default once again. Not towards underpass, just straight top mid, trying to gain control of this angle. And Surreal will start to peek up, flashbang over spots. Tom sprays him, takes him down, opens things up for Epsilon. A good start and smoking out Sniper Nest. Making sure no one else holds down mid control. Will he get caught up on the knees on the edge? And Smokey just about spots him and just about sprays him through. 5v3 now. As Cosmin looks forward, spots Reeds, takes him down, and Epsilon take 1v1 per 1. And pick apart Pride's defensive. Smooya on Moniz, shuts him out as well, leaves it up to Exus. The bomb will get planted, and he will rotate back away to save the M4. Leave a 9th to Epsilon. And think about Pride's status in this one. 4 rounds lost bonus, not enough to buy up here. They could force it around this M4, but it may be more advisable just a half buy. and go for a full rifle round in the next one. And even the Nexus will not be allowed anything. So, potentially 10 rounds now for Epsilon Esports. And nothing for Pride to work with in this round. Curious that Exus has bought Kevlar. Guess he does have money regardless to buy up anyway, but still slightly lower than I would love to be at if I was in his position. Maybe putting that Deagle to good use against the AK could come up so solid, but we'll find out if that'll be the case in the next couple of moments here. The shots ring out. Pride tried to find a good lucky head against someone here from Epsilon, but they're just going to find bullets to their heads instead. As Exus finds the first frag, Smoothie finds the second. They know where 2 CTs are on A. Mani's next man up to challenge. Taken out by Robin. 2 versus 5. Morels will fall all the same. It's now Dorit's last man for Pride. Could take Cosmine at least. Gets one of the shots. And the second on Robin. Almost the third on T-Sac. Getting some very, very close shots that eventually takes him down as well. Smoothie. Oh, giving him these 1v1s and the Eagle's doing its damage. Orp recovered and Reitz can back off successfully knowing he's done a decent amount for his team. Looking for Surreal next. But is unable to outlast the AWP. It will get saved by Surreal. Epsilon on 10. They're not worrying about too much about the damage really. They can buy back pretty much in full. Unless they lose all 5 players, in which case that's when it gets scary. But you can see what the economy is looking like right now for these boys. Above 5 digits of money on at least 3. They're set themselves for the rest of the game, basically. Out towards mid, out towards underpass. That's where the T's and the CTs will go. Morel's expecting aggression, but he's looking the wrong way. Surreal's going to catch him off. He wins the aim duel in its finest. Epsilon are now really, really looking likely to take this one over the edge. Maniz does trade out Cosmine to a 4 versus 4 though. And Tom, close range, shuts out Robin. Reitz gets T-Sac as well. Smoothie doesn't see Exus, but he has a feeling of where he is. Looking for this one peak, does land the headshot. Back to a 3 versus 2 we go, but it's still to the favour of Pride. And Maniz knows exactly where Smoothie is. No flashbang's going to connect like that. And he'll look for his second on Surreal. Low HP, Pride, with 3 players left alive, will be able to find their 14th at long last. Rocky start, but the trades went their way, and Epsilon made some very, very aggressive, overly aggressive pushes into the site. But Epsilon put themselves in an even better stance. If they can reset Pride now, they stand to gain so much ground above the CT side that maybe it could tilt it back to their favour. They could be back with a chance to take this series, or series one map, I should say. Already, no! What on earth? You're kidding me, Maniz. You're kidding me, Reitz. What happened? How did you not know? Morales will try and recover it, taking 2 more. At the very least, it's a 3 versus 3. As the CTs try and hold on for everything they can. Tom will take Cosmine. A 3v2 still to the favour of Pride, but it could be so, so much better. And Epsilon still stand to gain from the situation. 1 kill, 2 kills for Smoothie. Looking for his 3rd against Tom. And this could have been so, so different if that one mistake did not happen. Reset against Pride. Oh my god. Force out, and Epsilon could be looking likely for at least a 13 or 14. They will find the first already off the basis. Reitz gets Cosmine at least for 1 frag. Looking for his second. Takes T-Sac. Hold on a second. Not like this. No, Epsilon, not like this. A 3k for Reitz. He does get dealt with by a grenade, but back again with this force buy. 3v1. Surreal takes down Tom. Back to a 2v2. Creeping. Surreal spots him, sprays him, takes him down. Trying to recover the situation for Epsilon right now. Do they know that Epsilon... Sorry, do they know that Pride, excuse me, are held up on A? The last man left for Exus. Does spray him down. Surreal 3K. Just about holding on to Epsilon's lead right there. That could have gotten a whole lot more different thanks to one CZ play. Two rounds left for Epsilon to come back. Against the eco of Pride. They are looking extremely likely to even up this game now here, this T side. Coming back into their own, finally finding a spring of life. Pride will once again go unorthodox in this eco. Try to see if they can get Robin, and indeed they do. Smoothie with a trade back, but meanwhile the USPs and the pistols are still doing their damage. How are Epsilon letting them get these frags? The bomb will get planted. 1 AK picked up on the knees. 4v3 and the backstab is incoming from Exus, so they're going to expect this. 3v3 eventually as T-Zat takes down the knees. Exus does get shut out, but Reitz once again trades out Smoothie. Keeping it even and opening up a chance for Pride. 1 AK out in the open. Reitz picks it up. Moving up alongside Tom, but they line up for T-Sac as he shuts down both headshots. 3K for him, 13 rounds on the board for Epsilon. And Pride whittling away at the damage of the economy for Epsilon, but at this point it doesn't matter. Epsilon can full buy their way back in. They've got lots of cash, so long as they just don't lose a round. Surreal can drop for the moment. Pride single up 4 M4s. And Maniz is taking point of the defensive, ensuring no one can gain mid control here. Smoked out. I think he's got a small gap just ahead of that one, but look at the flash from Exus. It's so good. He tries to take down Smoothie, but he spots 2 players, including the bomb. And look at this backstab already set up by Morels. He goes straight into underpass, creeping up slowly, trying to gain control. He's going to hear this. He's going to drop Surreal. Sprays his way on through. No, he misses every single bullet. Surreal takes him down. Oh no, Morels. Cosmin catches Reitz off from the A site, knows where Tom is as well, but Tom connects 2 frags of his own, back to a 3 versus 3, and there's low HP across the Epsilon roster as Maniz picks off Cosmin. We go back to evens once again. The bomb smoked up will go down, and Smoothie covering in from short. Will Exus cover this off? Looks like he will. Peek up, spotted, sprayed, and Surreal, the last man left from Firebox, to hold on to Epsilon's lead, to hold on to Epsilon's chance of evening up. Lines them, not going to happen. Maniz with a quick scope shuts him down and brings Pride to map and a match point first. The question now lies in, will Epsilon be able to force us to overtime? We win this round, and Pride will be reset. More than likely for 15-15. If not, Pride win it, they go that 1 round up. And they will win out the match right here. 16-13 is what the CT side is hunting for. Epsilon going into that 3-2 split for A and mid. And already Smoothie's peeking up alongside Robin, trying to get every little bit that they can. But Morels, ooh, blind spot from Smoothie. Don't think Morels saw him though. May have called out information for Reitz instead as he re-smokes it going down. Robin up on top of the box, looking for anything at all from the CT side. Surreal taking first face against Tom, shuts him down from short. Kicks things off for Epsilon, but nothing else spotted by Exus, as Reitz is going to get a little bit ballsy here. Perch himself up on the boxes, wait for them to push out from T-Ramp. T-Sac tempted to also go as well. Utility sets are plenty for Epsilon. They've got themselves in position for a quick hit to implode the A side, but it's Beniz to take down Smooya. Smooya burns him alive, and Cosmin takes Reitz 4v2. Morels will hold back from jungle, taking Robin. Flashbang keeps him at bay for a couple extra seconds, allowing his bomb to cross and get planted. But T-Sac wants this frag more than anything else, bursting his way to victory, leaving Exus as the last man left here. The AWP in his hands. And nothing that he can do but back off and look for Pride's force in the next round. A 14-15 scoreline as we go all the way to 30 rounds. But will Epsilon bring it to overtime? That is the question on my mind. Cyril does catch off Exus. Just about taking that AWP out of play. Force up from Pride now. CZ's in for the deagle from Exus. Forced eco for the last round of regulation. The question is, will they be able to force the issue away from Epsilon Esports? They've already got Smooya peeking up for mid control against Tom. We'd like to see Exus there instead. Trying to get those 1Ds against the T-set players that cross, but not to be here. As sniper shots ring throughout the map. Epsilon are all over this mid position, except for the bomb, which is out towards apartments, alongside Surreal. Looking for Exus, just about spotting him as well. Can't quite get the one tap, unfortunately. Default, they back away, back into the A site. They might just go for an A execution here. All 5 players back right off, and Reitz is just waiting for a flash. He may not find anything, though. Actually, the aggression could get caught off guard. Look at Meniz. Oh, this is good. Will Surreal expect it? He does. He takes him down, but now they know exactly what's going on. The bomb's pushing in. And Epsilon with their final push of the game to try and deny things to Pride. Morel's on site, spotted, spraying his way, taking down Robin, at least dropping the bomb for a couple of seconds. But the CTs are crumbling, and the bomb looks to get planted safe here for Epsilon. 25 seconds will go to 40 as Pride are up for a retake. No defuse kits, but Tom just about catches Surreal off. I didn't even see him, but Tom clearly did, taking his head off, and Smooya landing that final shot against the last man from the CT side. 15-15. It's MR3. It's overtime as Epsilon do force the issue back away from the Pride CT side. And get ready, get yourself mentally focused. As someone, I can't remember who we put out in the chat, it's all a mental reset for these guys, so. Here we go. MR3 10K for overtime. Epsilon starting things off on T side. The CTs of Pride setting up, getting ready. We go straight into the setup for Epsilon. Default split, but they don't put Cosmin on the lurk. He's going to take point this time against Exus, who could catch one of these guys off guard. And he does. Smooth on a slow peek. Orp, T-Sac does get the trade back. 4 versus 4, and now the rest of the teams will push straight out. They've got to be dealing with Tom alone. Backed up eventually, Reitz will take down Robin, but Surreal takes out Tom. 3 versus 3 as they keep pressure applied. And Meniz is peeking up close and personal with this AWP out. Trying to get the shot on Surreal, does catch him. T-Sac taking out Morels as they trade 1 for 1. Eventually Cosmin is left alone as the last man. Bomb dropped on site. 1v1, Reitz spots him and does spray him down. With Pride taking the lead away. They kick things off on the right foot, the front foot of this overtime. All that heat that Epsilon had on their T side needs to come out in OT as well. T set themselves up once again for this mid-A split. Been a bit shaky when it comes to Epsilon's mid-A splits, but we're about to find out whether that will apply in this round here. Tom spotting out Robin, spraying him down, eliminating a lot of the sap. If he takes Surreal as well, that's going to get even more awkward. Surreal will get that one trade, but T-Sac's going to go falling 3 versus 3 as Cosmine takes Morels, but Smooya falls. Cosmine trades 2k for him. He's got to deal with the AWP. It's such a ridiculous angle here by Beniz. Flashbang's over, don't catch a single whiff of it. And Exus trying to work off something, trying to spot this one man. Oh, he spots Surreal, and Surreal doesn't see him at all. Taking him down from short, that leaves Cosmine alone with an AK for a clutch. The second time in 2 rounds he's been in a 2v1. We'll smoke it down, we'll try and incendiary out the stairs, try and hold some opportunity here. Fakes the plant for the first time, trying to prompt out a peek. No one from Pride will give the game up. He sprays manically, but will not find a single bit of Pride. Bomb will get planted, and now a war on 2 fronts. He spots Exus, trying to take him down, and Reeves towards the left-hand side. Sprays on through, looks for the headshot, but no. Exus gets the kill, and it will be 17-15. Pride holding on to a 2-point deficit above Epsilon. 17-15 on this CT side. Force buy out from Epsilon. Oh, and they're already going to lose Smooya. Straight in with the AWP versus Scout duel. It's Beniz to win it out for Pride. A 5-on-4 immediately out of the gate. Beniz will double down as well. Go into underpass. Surreal doesn't expect it. He falls. And not a single point is traded against Pride. 100 HP on everyone for the CT side. Epsilon will try and make their way into the B site, but this is a very weak push if I ever saw it, with CTs covering up and down a shot. It's Tom from corner, taking down Robin. Cosmine gets the trade. Exus is already here. Shuts down a bomb planter, leaves it up to T-Sac as the lone man left for Epsilon Esports. He spots him, he taps him off. And he brings a flawless CT half to the favor of Pride. And quickly go into the second one, Epsilon on CT. Double ups up immediately for Surreal and Smooya. But they have to make this work. They have to go 3-0 in this half to go to double overtime, and then they've got to win that. Smooya already down mid. Cosmine going to back him up, but Smooya's tagged to 9 HP. Pushed away from short already. Cosmine tagged up low. Robin will get the first. Beniz going full into the second of Cosmine. Here we go. Epsilon. Still not dead yet. Exus will get Smooya, however, turn it back to a 4 versus 3. Make it 4 versus 2 as Robin takes Reeds right back out of the action, leaving Exus and Morels as the last 2 left alive. One from mid, taking out Cosmine. Exus gets Robin as well. Okay. 2v2 now as Pride looking poised to enter into the site, into the A site. It's Surreal. 31 frags so far. Can he make it 33? Can he defend this site? Can he stall for enough time for T-Sac, who's all the way back on B, to come together? Here we go. Last push for Pride, potentially. Spotting Surreal, taking his head off his shoulders, leaving it up to T-Sac. With a last chance ditch effort to retake, as the bomb will get planted by Morels. T-Sac will look around, give away so many footsteps. They know exactly where he is. Peeking close. Morels is here. Spotted, sprayed. T-Sac looks for his second, but he just can't find it. As Pride take away a flawless overtime, they will take this match against Epsilon 19-15.